Okay, we getting the ball rolling, Slow start to the day, but we gonna finish and run through the tape. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. This your boy CJ Goodfellow. We doing big things on the boxing clinic. And a lot of people don't understand what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna break it down. I got some negative feedback from it. But what people don't understand is, how to promote a guy right. It's not just fighting any and everybody. It's how to set it up and how you promote it, how you market it. And I think this is a fight that is pretty much a layup to be a good and big fight. Now, a lot of people were shitting on Robert Easter Jr. because his last performance versus Denis Shavkov. Now, what you must understand is Shavkov is the type of guy that's going to test you. This was probably his last shot at a world title. And what people don't understand is he beat Richard Comey barely by the hair of his chinny chin chin after Robert Easter Jr. beat Richard Comey. Some people thought Comey won that fight. And people be like, oh, you only good as your last performance, which I think is pretty much bullshit. Boxing, you train, 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes longer for a fight, and hope you peak at the right time, and sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes guys have off performances, and I'm not going to say that performance is indicative of who's the real Robert Easter Jr. Shavkov brought a different fight. It's always tough to train at home like he did. He had a son. A lot of people don't know that. He had a son. He could have trained up there with Colorado Springs with Bronner, but he had a son. He wanted to be there with his son and fight in front of your hometown fans. That's tough to do. And a lot of people that ain't never, done shit with their life and never did anything big or no athletic accomplishments, never played on the road or nothing, they wouldn't understand that. The pressure of, performing in your own crowd. And like I told you guys, I think this is the perfect opportunity. I think Robert Easter Jr. can't compete Mikey Garcia. He's not Adrian Broner. Styles make fights. He's not a guy that's gun shy. He's not a guy that can't box and hit on the run, use his height and length. Easter could do all that stuff, And a lot of people say, oh, Mikey Garcia just run through him and he'll run through this guy. And now y'all want to jump on the Mikey Garcia bandwagon. And people telling me, oh, he just beat the shit out of Robert Easter Jr. Devin Haney could beat the shit out of Robert Easter Jr. People just going too far ahead, Because a Broner loss don't mean it got shit to do with Robert Easter Jr. They're two completely different boxers, guys. And I said Robert Easter Jr. was better about a year or two ago. Nobody believed me. Everybody was on his dick after those good performances with Mendez and Richard Comey, and all of a sudden, they jump off his team. Don't know what they're talking about. Like I told you, Mikey was gonna watch Broner, and nobody wanted to listen. And people saying, "Oh, you watched Robert Easter Jr." That's why they fight the fights. And I respect from Mikey Garcia, but I think this is the biggest and the best fight available. And you got guys at 140 like Postal, Regis Prograis, Sergey Lipis, the loser Julius Ndongo, Terrence Crawford. Like I told you guys, just did a video. The Crawford fight when happened, so I had to be Ndongo. Who else is at 140? Whoever you can pick. It's not bigger than this Robert Easter Jr. fight, or it's not bigger than the Jorge Linares fight. I think the Robert Easter Jr. fight is bigger for this simple reason. People has already been exposed to Mikey Garcia now. And people have been exposed pretty much to Robert Easter Jr. And I think this is one chance to get a big fight. They can sell it as little bro trying to avenge big bro and Adrian Broner. And I think a lot of people will eat that up. It could be called revenge with a vengeance with a revenge or whatever like that. And, like I said, he's not going to, win 10 of 12 rounds versus Robert Easter Jr. I'm just sorry. Potentially he can knock him out, but it's a different test. You can walk down Adrian Broner and have no fear of nothing coming back. And they knew that. Robert Easter Jr., he's going to go out firing. He's going to go out throwing fire. He's not going to go out, and mail it in and go out like a sissy. And Mikey Garcia can prove, to the world that he can get past Robert Easter Jr. and a taller and a bigger, stronger opponent, or bigger, at least a bigger opponent in the stature, and Robert Easter Jr. and show that he could beat all styles, Or I wouldn't be, decline for him to fight Jorge Linares. But, what good is, knocking out somebody for the fourth time that been knocked out 3 times before? A lot of people identify him as the number one lightweight, and I have no problem, but I don't think he's the best lightweight. I think he's the third best lightweight behind Easter Jr. and Mikey Garcia. And talent-wise, he might be behind Verdejo if he ever put it together. But, Mikey Garcia then was talking about post-fight how he got the WBC title and how did Linares become the WBC Diamond title. Lou DiBella, who promotes the guy that Garcia beat, and Denchinian, whatever he was, he said Linares never wanted that fight with Denchinian. He said he ducked that fight, he avoided that fight, and that's how Mikey Garcia was able to become the regular WBC champion. Denchinian was able to become it, then Garcia. But it's a perfect fight to promote. You can promote it and New York on the East Coast, or you could promote it in California. A lot of people want to see Robert Easter Jr. on the big time stage. Fuck that hiccup versus Shavakov. It's not indicative of who he is as a fighter. I think he will have a good shot at beating Mikey Garcia. Ultimately, we know Mikey Garcia will probably win, but I already knew he was going to beat the shit out of Berman like he did, but nobody would listen, But I'm telling you guys, Robert Easter Jr. is a completely different animal. It will sell. Revenge with a Vengeance. Little Bro taking up for Big Bro. Adrian Broner stepping up for the big time. I think Robert Easter Jr. is one of the biggest threats at lightweight, and why not do it? Why not? It makes sense. It's bigger than any fights at 140 for Mikey Garcia. If he can make 135 comfortably and with no excuses, why not? At 140, wait till those belts disperse, get a fight. Wait till those belts disperse, and at top of 2018, make your move at 140 then. But let's see Easter and Mikey Garcia. It's just my prerogative. Let me know what y'all think. We gonna